Support our school by subscribing to the channel and check out our website for new classes starting soon.
Hi again and welcome back to the Columbus School of Chinese. We're here in Columbus, Ohio, and this is our show, Ask a Chinese Teacher. Today I have a great, important, useful grammatical structure to share with you. That is the when phrase. What is a when phrase? When you go to the store, when you're eating Chinese food, when in China, when your dog ate your homework, these are all examples of when phrases. And when phrases allow you to get very specific as you'd like, with the timing of whatever the action of your sentence is. In English, when is the first word of our when phrase. When I go to the store, when I do my homework. In Chinese, it's the opposite. So instead of when doing homework, it's 做作业的时候. That 的时候 is like the Mandarin equivalent of the word when. 我吃饭的时候, when I eat food. 喝咖啡的时候, when drinking coffee. 在中国的时候, when in China. Alright, that 的时候 is the last word of your phrase. Now, if you've seen our previous discussion on sentence elements, you might be saying to yourself, wait a minute, isn't this just what a time phrase does? It answers the question of when something's happening. And the answer to that is absolutely yes. A when phrase is a time phrase. It's just spelled out, very clearly defined as a time phrase with that 的时候 at the end. You can think of 的时候 as a time phrase marker. So sometimes your time phrases are very straightforward, like tomorrow, 明天. Here you don't need to define that as a time phrase by using 的时候. I will go to class tomorrow. 我明天上课. Now, if you wanted to add it in just for extra emphasis, if you wanted to for whatever reason, you can. 我明天的时候上课. For this case, you don't really need that 的时候, but for more complex cases, you do. So now that we know what a when phrase is and how it's structured, where does it go into the sentence, the whole sentence order? If you've seen our previous discussion, you know that a time phrase has a specific spot. It's after the subject and before the verb. So if we have our classic SVO sentence structure, subject, verb, object, that time phrase, a when phrase is a time phrase, goes after that subject, before the verb, after that S, before that V. 我做作业的时候喜欢听音乐. When I do my homework, I like to listen to music. 他喝咖啡的时候不会放糖. He, when drinking coffee, does not put sugar. 你在中国的时候用筷子吗? You, in China, use chopsticks. Do you use chopsticks when in China? So that is where our when phrase, aka a time phrase, goes in the sentence. Now, with all of that understood, there's one more wrinkle I have to tell you because you're very liable to hear it. There is a second spot where it is okay to put your time phrase. That is at the very beginning of everything, even before the subject. You can get away with this because in Chinese you can also have what's called a topic comment sentence. This is something that's kind of separate from that SVO structure. We also have a topic and a comment sentence. Here, your grammar for your whole sentence is set up, whereas the when phrase is the topic. You put that at the very beginning, and then we're going to make a comment about it. So it's kind of like saying, as for when doing homework, I like to listen to music, something like that. In Chinese, it sounds very natural. So you're liable to hear a when phrase or a time phrase at the very beginning of everything, as well as that classic spot after the subject before the verb. So that's my introduction to the when phrase, where it goes in the sentence, how useful it is, how common it is. And if you think you have a handle on them, feel free to make your own when phrases. Leave them in the comments and I'd be happy to give you some feedback. So with that said, I look forward to seeing what you can come up with and seeing you again here next time.